Hey, all right. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through a couple workouts in this workout room, kind of breaking down a couple workouts that you guys can do in here or do at home. I just like to place it as a circuit. I did this as part of one of my classes that I was teaching, and that way you guys can take it with you. All right, here we go. I guess come on over. First movement. There's a couple of these here in the gym. They're called the TRX. I'm not sure what the abbreviation is, but they're basically straps you can use to do different kind of movements. This particular one is a modified way to do a pull-up. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with both hands facing each other. I always tell people, like, your angle will dictate how hard it is. So if you go lower to the ground with your feet, you're going to be pulling more weight and vice versa. So you modify your set based on how it feels. So what you're going to do, hands facing each other, bring your feet forward to create the angle that you want. Chest up, pull the shoulders down toward the waist, pull through, pause at the top, fully extend back out while maintaining the upper body posture. So this is a TRX pull-up. When you do this, you can do it anywhere between 10, 15, 20 reps, but since we're doing it in a circuit, and I'm showing you guys how to do this, we're just going to do 15 of each of these if you were to do this on your own. And you move on to the next one. Next one I'm going to have us do is going to involve doing a overhead shoulder press. So what's going to happen, 2 different dumbbells. Now, of course, I tell people you can do it in 2 different stances. I call this a split stance. This is a 2-point. Generally, if you do overhead pressing, this tends to be a little bit easier to balance. You're going to start with the dumbbells facing you, and we're going to do a rotating press. So as you press up, you're going to rotate your palms out, bring it up over the head, rotate back in toward your face as you bring it back down. You're just going to repeat that same count as you did the previous one, whether it be 10, 15, or 20 reps. And then you go right back into the next movement. So I'm going to put that down. Next one, laying chest press. Now, kind of the same concept. You're going to take these weights. You're going to start by sitting down. I always tell people to prop them on your knees first. So that way you can kind of use them to kick up. But what you do, you can back up, lay down with it. You're going to start the dumbbells over the shoulders, chest up, shoulders down toward the hips, even in a laying position. And from here, you're going to bend your elbows out, bring them down to about the lower part of the pec. You're going to drive it back up while maintaining the posture with your shoulders. Same thing, 10, 15, 20 reps, depending on how you're setting up your circuit. You just bring it up and down, full range of motion, driving up as long as you're making sure the shoulders don't fall forward, keep them back against the seat. Chest presses. So after that, move on over. Now this mat, I'm going to show you guys 2 different movements. Pretty straightforward ones. First one's going to be a sit-up. Second one's going to be torso twisting. So you can guys do them separately or you can pair them together. So you're going to start with your legs out. So I always tell people the further out your legs are, the more open your hips are. So it makes it a little easier to do your sit-ups. Otherwise, you're going to lay down flat. Now you can do it with the arms crossed. I always tell people like to use your arms over your head, so if you need the momentum to help you sit up, it makes it a little easier to do that, because you're going to take your arms, toss them forward, use that to sit up, and then lay back down. As you notice, I'm not anchoring my feet to anything, but it doesn't mean you can't. So if you need to, you can always put your feet up against the wall or underneath something so you have a leverage. Same thing, all the way down, sit back up. After that, or in between, you can incorporate this, which is rotation. So twisting back and forth, maintaining that tuck with the waist as you're twisting back and forth. Again, with this one, because you're going side to side, make sure you have an even number. So if you were doing 15 sit-ups, I always like to double it up and probably have you do 30 of these, but again, it's up to you guys. So that's the next pairing. After that, we got 3 different leg things that I'm going to show you, so come on over. First one we're going to do, different variations of how you can do it. You can do it with weight, without it, supported or not. So I'll show you all 3. So first movement, I'm going to have you go ahead and do this is a lunge. So basically you're going to start with your feet together, drop back knee drops, shifting the hips and upper torso to make sure the knee stays over the heel. Drive off, come together, drop back down. Repeating it with the same number on each side, 10, 15, 20 reps, whatever you want to do. That is the regular stationary lunge. If you need assistance for the back leg, lightly hold on to something, but then it makes it easier to put more attention on the front heel as you're shifting. So either or. So if you want to make it a little fun, you can either add weights with dumbbells, or I brought this here to show you. It's me, of course, watch out for the lights. But you're going to lunge back, lightly toss, catch it, come back as it's coming back down at you. I call this just a lunge toss. You can actually even do this with a squat if you want to. Same thing. And that's that. All right. Next one, same thing. You can do it one or two ways. The difference is how it engages the legs and the hips. So now I'm going to show you a weighted squat. So with a dumbbell. So of course, squat, draw with the hips, bend the knees, lean forward. If you hold it down here and you move up and down, this is going to feel a lot more in the legs as you do this. So this is one variation. To have it below. The other variation, have it above. Now when you have it above, this is really important to keep this against your chest. More importantly, your elbows. As you squat, you want the elbows to match the position of the knees, so it keeps movement balanced. So you feel it in your core more. You're still going to feel the legs, but with the weight placed like this, you're going to feel a lot more stress into the core. You're just going to go up and down, same thing, 10, 15, 20 reps, whatever you feel is right. And those are those two. The final thing you can incorporate after any one of these, or just have it on its own. I always like to add this at the end, just a squat hold, as long as you want to hold it. Otherwise, these are all workouts you can do in the circuit. You can do it individually in a rotation. Up to you guys, however you guys want to decide you want to do it. But if you have any more questions, go ahead and ask us at the front. So otherwise, have a good one.